Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a seriously mind-bending journey into the future. Specifically, we're looking at the year 2070. Usually when people try to predict what the world will look like 50 years from now, it's just wild guessing based on current trends or maybe some sci-fi tropes. But we aren't just guessing today. We're actually digging into the fascinating mathematical research of Dr. Mario Arturo Reis Estrada. So grab your focus because we're diving into hard, empirical data and a multidimensional model that literally calculates the trajectory of human civilization over the next few decades. So imagine a world where the production of goods is fully autonomous. It's driven by what Dr. Estrada calls natural organic artificial intelligence systems, or NOAI. And if you're wondering what that actually means, NOAI isn't just a piece of software. It implies highly advanced computing that seamlessly integrates biological elements right in with the machinery. We're talking about an era where humanoids completely take over manual labor, businesses are totally automated, and we have this mind-boggling energy generation from autonomous lasers known as AG boxes. Essentially, these AG boxes would give us infinite, self-sustaining clean energy without needing traditional fuel sources. I mean, it sounds exactly like the plot of the latest sci-fi blockbuster, right? A world where machines are designing machines and we're drawing limitless energy from lasers. Okay, let's dive into this. Because the answer to that exact question is really what makes this research so groundbreaking. This isn't science fiction at all. It's a mathematically predictable outcome. Dr. Estrada's work uses these vast historical data sets and complex economic models to simulate this exact future. He didn't just sit down and dream up the year 2070 for a novel. He calculated it using the undeniable patterns of human history. And to see exactly how he does it, we need to take a look at the unique engine behind these predictions. Section 1. Measuring a Revolution. Introducing the IRIDS-Index. Think about it for a second. How do you actually put a hard number on societal upheaval? Like, how do you quantify a revolution? Well, this brings us to our core metric, the IRDS-Index. That stands for the Industrial Revolution Integral Development Speed Index. You can really just think of this as humanity's collective speedometer. It's a multidimensional model meticulously designed to measure the development speed of any society that's going through an industrial revolution. Instead of just looking at, say, how fast a microchip is or how much a country's GDP grows in a single quarter, this index measures the integral speed of everything changing all at once. It gives us this holistic snapshot of human progress. So the absolutely crucial point here is that you can't just look at technology in a vacuum. The IRIDS Index actually rests on 4 distinct pillars: economic, social, political, and technological. Dr. Estrada's model evaluates 100 different variables across these 4 dimensions, and it does this using a really brilliant binary math system of ones and zeros to ensure absolutely everything is weighted equally. So are poverty levels higher or lower, 1 or 0? Is there an existence of strong cybersecurity laws, 1 or 0? Do citizens have universal access to the latest medical technology, 1 or 0? By crunching these 100 binary variables, the index strips away human bias and gives us a very precise, objective score for how fast a society is evolving as a whole. Section 2. The historical speed test, running the index backward. Now, you might naturally be thinking, how can we possibly trust a mathematical tool that predicts the year 2070? Which is fair. Any good predictive model needs to be tested against what we already know. To trust its vision of the future, we have to run the speedometer in reverse. And when we map out the first 4 revolutions, a fascinating, totally undeniable pattern emerges. Back in 1765, we had the first industrial revolution powered by coal. About 105 years later, in 1870, oil and electricity sparked the second. Jump 99 years to 1969, and nuclear energy and computers launched the third. And then, just 31 years later, in 2000, renewables and the internet gave us the fourth. 2 things to notice here. Every single revolution is triggered by a new energy source, and more importantly, the time gaps between these revolutions are shrinking drastically. We go from a 105-year gap down to just 31 years. Our society is literally accelerating exponentially. When the IRS index is applied to these past eras, it reveals a pretty profound historical tension. Economic and technological speeds consistently score really high across centuries, but social and political speeds, they constantly lag behind. This brilliantly illustrates a recurring flaw in the human story. Our gadgets, our machines, and our markets always evolve at breakneck speeds, but our laws, our educational systems, and our societal structures profoundly struggle to keep up. It's kind of like putting a rocket engine on a horse-drawn carriage. Section 3. The next 3 revolutions. the rapidly approaching future. Having validated the model against our past, Dr. Estrada then turns the index toward tomorrow. Because the time gaps between revolutions are shrinking so drastically, we aren't just facing one upcoming shift, we're facing 3 massive shifts in rapid succession, all completely compressed into the next few decades. By 2030, which, let's be honest, is practically just around the corner, the model predicts the 5th industrial revolution, driven by advanced AI and a massive global scale-up of green energy. Barely catching our breath, 2050 brings the 6th revolution, defined by semi-autonomous robotics, where human intervention in production just drastically drops off. And then, the grand finale of this cycle, 2070, the 7th industrial revolution, dominated by full, natural, organic, artificial intelligence. The acceleration here is absolutely staggering. So what does this all actually mean for us, on a human level? Well, this quote straight from the research really hits the nail on the head. As humanoids equipped with highly autonomous AI begin to replace humans in production systems and manual labor, our role is going to fundamentally change. We're going to be forced into a highly specialized labor market where human creativity, deep imagination, and complex social skills are our most valuable assets. The days of rote memorization being enough are completely ending, and this means the very way we educate our kids today will be completely obsolete tomorrow. This rapid timeline demands an immense transformation in our psychology and our global education systems. Section 4. The ultimate verdict, the final data reveal. Okay, so we've seen the historical proof, we understand the compressed timeline, and we know the human stakes. Now, what's really interesting about this is the exact mathematical findings Dr. Estrada's model predicts for our civilization by the year 2070. Notice the sheer scale of the mathematical jump over time. Back in the first revolution in 1765, the final score of societal development was a mere 0.31, which the model mathematically classifies as a poor development speed. Fast forward to the fourth revolution in the year 2000, we hit 0.50, an acceptable speed. But by the seventh revolution in 2070, the index predicts an overall score of 0.66. We are literally on the precipice of reaching a phenomenally high, nearly excellent level of global integral development. And yet, this data brilliantly illustrates the warning hidden right inside the math. By 2070, technology hits an incredible 0.72. Economics is right behind it at 0.70. Both of these fall squarely into the excellent parameter. But social speed? It's sitting at just 0.60. Even 50 years from now, facing biological computing and infinite laser energy, the mathematical model predicts that our societal adaptability will still be dragging its feet. That historical gap from the 1700s remains entirely intact. I mean, we will literally have lasers powering the Earth, but we'll probably still be arguing over parking tickets and drowning in bureaucratic red tape. Which brings us to the ultimate question. Are our politics and society truly ready for natural, organic, artificial intelligence systems by 2070? The IRIDS-Index mathematically guarantees us that the technology will absolutely be there. The economic structures will evolve to support it. But humanity's social and political fabric? That is the wild card. Can we adapt fast enough to handle this mind-bending reality, or will the societal speedometer break under the pressure of our own progress? It's a fascinating and honestly pretty urgent thought to leave you with today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to keep examining the data that's rapidly shaping our future.